Member Oak Bay Gordon Head.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, the single biggest issue facing British Columbians today is the issue of housing affordability. And I've now sat in this question period for a full 2 months, and I've yet to hear anything of substance in question period from members opposite. As a consequence, Honourable
Members.
As a consequence, Honourable Speaker,
Member, if you could please be seated. Member, if you could please be seated for a moment. Member, if you could. Members, I'm not sure this is a productive use of the time in the House here. This is member of. Member, please continue.
As a consequence, Honourable Speaker, I'll pick up the file. Honourable Speaker, the BC Liberals introduced the BC Homeowner Mortgage and Equity Partnership Program in early 2017. The then opposition housing critic and now Attorney General called the program, and I quote, completely bizarre. And he said, it's an incredibly poorly thought out policy. And he further noted, our provincial government's, that's previous government, response is to encourage people to take on more debt and to subsidize the debt. It's bizarre, he said. Honourable Speaker, I agree. And so does Evan Siddall, the President and CEO of the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation, who said this: programs that support demand and supply constrained markets like Vancouver serve primarily to increase prices and make the affordability problem worse. And in reference to the stated goal of the program in making houses more affordable, he stated this: I'm joined by a loud chorus of economists in insisting that it will do the exact opposite. My question for you to the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing is this: when will this government eliminate the program which does nothing more than incentivize British Columbians to take on more debt that they can afford? A reckless incentive, particularly when interest rates are rising, as they have twice already this year.
Minister of Finance.
Thank you. Honourable Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. I think, as the member pointed out, after 16 years of ignoring the housing crisis in British Columbia, there's a lot of work that has to be done. I'm very proud of the first steps we took in less than 2 months after being sworn in government in our budget update by announcing funding for 1,700 affordable housing units and 2,000 modular housing units. We've also added resources to the residential tenancy branch to support good landlords and good tenants in the work that they do. We've also improved information sharing with the Homeowner Grant and the Income Tax Act to look at speculation and how we address with speculation. So on the member-specific question around the BC Partnership Program, it is being looked at as part of the budget. The member will know from the budget update that the amount of money has been reduced in that program because the previous government predicted about $700 million over 3 years as usage. We have reduced that by $500 million because the program has been underutilized because of the concerns that the member has raised, and so this is being looked at as part of the budget process.
Member Oak Bay Gordon Head on a supplemental.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The members opposite seem to think if I don't hurl a character assassination at government, it's a softball question, as opposed to a question dealing with real issues facing British Columbia. Yesterday, Honourable Speaker, Global News noted New Zealand's approach to tackle their housing crisis and clamp down on offshore ownership and speculation. The story included a very disturbing comment attributed to government, and I quote, foreign ownership of homes is not being considered as part of the budget 2018 planning. Honourable Speaker, there's a lot of foreign capital out there looking for a safe place to park money in these tumultuous times. And so foreign investors have turned to our real estate sector, thereby turning our houses and land into commodities for investing in speculation, not living in or working on. Our residents are paying a social cost as they can't afford to live in the places that they work. Yesterday, I also received, Honourable Speaker, an email from a rural farm and ranch realtor who had been approached on behalf of a limited company based in Hong Kong, looking to purchase 35,000 acres of farmland in British Columbia. The stories, Honourable Speaker, are never ending. This government continues to focus on the supply side of housing. When will this government, through you, Honourable Speaker, step in to clamp down on foreign money flooding into our real estate sector and agricultural markets like other jurisdictions have done internationally?
Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker, and thanks to the member for the questions and the ideas and the solutions to take a look at speculation and closing loopholes. Stay tuned for more information this afternoon around one piece of that, and I'm working with the Minister of Housing. We're working together on both the demand and supply side. It is critical, as the member has pointed out, that we look at both pieces. The member will know that tax measures are not talked about before the budget comes out, so that we ensure that people don't utilize tax information to their own personal benefit. So that will come out as part of the February budget. But I can assure the member that speculative issues are being looked at, how we close the loopholes, and it's all part of a comprehensive housing strategy that we are going to be proud to table and proud to implement in this province.